Thank you. I didn't write that. That sounded like something a politician would write. But, I was a little bit worried when I was listening to echoeric.org, and I realized that young man may be a constituent of mine. And the good news is I'll be term limited before he can run, but I hope you run. And I do want to take exception. It's very dangerous to take exception with an editorial writer of a major newspaper. I don't know why Mr. Jensen said that the General Assembly is out of control and limited it by saying, with respect to environmental issues. After all, I mean, we just gave you the two primary system yesterday, didn't we? I don't know. Well, you don't need me to tell you that the fight for our environment, our world, goes on from here to infinity. And we will always have a cabal, as we do now, fighting to become president of the Flat Earth Society, telling us that there's no such thing as global warming, it's a hoax, that we can consume rapturously all of the assets of the world today with impunity, and that we don't need to worry, the air and the oceans are so large we can never possibly pollute them. For a brief period of time, and with term limits, it's always going to be brief, it's humbling to be able to carry part of the baton on the race for our environment, a race that has no end. But I'm humbled. But I must say, excuse me, I'm at times almost not willing to accept this award, because you've not done much for me. Excuse me, I've not done much for you, so much as you have done what you have done for me. And by that I mean this. As evidenced by some of the fights that we've had in the State House this year, we see major corporations that give piles of money to hired guns who prepare predictable, blithe talking points, and they give them to legislators and they say, here, oh, and by the way, we'll raise a couple $10,000 for you. By contrast, what the OEC does so effectively is they send in passionate advocates who are accompanied by scientists, armed with studies, who say, read these, and we can help you save a piece of God's creation. What a difference that is. So thank you for that help. You know, neither a politician nor anyone else, for that matter, wakes up and finds an environmentalist inside of them someday. If you're lucky at some point in your life, you'll find out that it's you that's inside the environment. And if you're a legislator, you darn well better do something about it while you're there. What the OEC does so effectively is it comes to the legislature with a combination of passion, knowledge, competence, integrity, and pragmatism. And as a result of that, they're able to really work wonders. But they're just the tip of the spear. All of you out here, you're the spear. You're the ones who take the time to know your legislators, to write them, to call them, to come down to Columbus and to meet with them. And I must say, it really appears that now more than ever, we need all of you. And for all that all of you do for Ohio, for our environment, for our home, thank you, and thank you for this beautiful and special award.